Stop. Put down that box of Froot Loops. I bought 10 name brand cereals and their store brand twins, and when I flipped them over and read every single ingredient, 7 out of 10 were nearly identical. You're paying double for a cartoon bird. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much that cartoon bird is costing your family every year. Here's what the cereal aisle is really designed to do. Eye-level shelf, that's where they put the expensive name brands. The ones with the bright mascots, the cartoon characters staring right at your kids. That placement costs companies millions of dollars a year in slotting fees. And guess who pays for it? You do. Every single time you grab that box at eye level, part of your money goes to rent that shelf space, not to make better cereal, not to improve the recipe, to pay for shelf rent. Bottom shelf? That's where they hide the store brands. Same aisle, same section, totally different price. They're counting on you never bending down to look. And for most people, it works. We grab what's at eye level because we're busy, we're tired, and we've been buying the same brands since we were kids. That stops today. So I did something the cereal companies really don't want you to do. I bought both, 10 pairs, name brand and store brand. Same cereal type, same store, same day. Then I brought them home and did what nobody in the cereal aisle ever does. I flipped them over. Here are my receipts. Name brand total, $87.14. Store brand total, $41.62. That's a $45 difference for the exact same number of boxes. The question is there actually a $45 difference in quality? Let's find out. Froot Loops, $4.29 versus store brand Fruit Rings at $2.18. We're starting with the big one. 8,000 people search for this cereal every single month. It's iconic. Kids love it. Parents buy it on autopilot. I've been buying it on autopilot. Not anymore. Froot Loops ingredients: sugar, corn flour blend, wheat flour, whole grain oat flour, modified food starch, contains less than 2% of, and then a list of about 15 things. Store brand Fruit Rings: sugar, corn flour blend, wheat flour, whole grain oat flour, modified food starch, contains less than 2% of. It's the same list, almost word for word. The flavor profile? Identical sugar content, identical grains. The only difference I can find is the order of 2 preservatives that show up way down at the bottom of the list. We're talking ingredients number 14 and 15 swapped. That's it. Price per ounce? Froot Loops, 34 cents. Store brand, 17 cents. You are paying double for a 2-can. That's it. That's the scam. Switch. You won't taste the difference. Your wallet will. Honey Nut Cheerios, the best-selling cereal in America. This is the one people swear by. I can taste the difference. Okay, let's see. Both start with whole grain oats. Both list sugar second. Both contain honey. Both have almond flavor listed near the bottom. And here's the thing people don't know. That almond flavor in Cheerios? It's not ground almonds. It's natural flavor derived from peach pits. Same thing in the store brand. Surprised? Most people are. That heart-healthy cereal you've been trusting for decades is flavored with peach pits, not almonds. Now here's where it gets interesting. I weighed both boxes. Cheerios claims 12 ounces. I got 11.8. Store brand claims 12 ounces. I got 12.1. The cheap one actually gave me more cereal than the label promised, and the name brand gave me less. That's not a one-off either. Underfilling is one of the sneakiest tricks in the industry, and big brands are the worst offenders. They're allowed a small margin of error, and guess which direction that error always goes? The store brand wins on quantity, ties on ingredients, and costs $1.60 less. Easy switch. Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger. They're great. Sure, Tony, but are they $2 greater? Here's where things get revealing. Milled corn, sugar, malt flavor, contains less than 2% of iron, Vitamins. Both boxes. Almost identical. But the store brand actually lists one less artificial ingredient. Think about this. The cheaper cereal has a cleaner ingredient list. You're paying more for a worse product. How does that make sense? It doesn't. Unless you factor in the millions Kellogg spends on Tony's advertising budget. That's what you're subsidizing. Commercials, not quality. The store brand is literally a better product for less money. Tony's been lying to you. Now those first three were pretty similar. You might be thinking, okay, the cheap ones are close enough for basic cereals. But what about the complex ones? The ones with marshmallows, chocolate, peanut butter. Surely those are different, right? Not so fast. Reese's Puffs. This is the one I was most curious about. Reese's Puffs are supposed to be special because they have actual Reese's branding. You're paying for the Hershey's name. You're paying for that orange box with the peanut butter cup on the front. But here's the scary part. Hundreds of comments online, and I mean hundreds, say Reese's Puffs changed their recipe. They used to taste like actual Reese's cups. Now, people say they taste like cardboard with a peanut butter memory. I compared the labels. The store brand actually has a higher percentage of cocoa listed earlier in the ingredients. The one that's trying to copy Reese's might actually taste more like the old Reese's Puffs than the current Reese's Puffs do. What if the name brand got worse while the generic stayed the same? What if you're paying a premium for a recipe they already cheapened? What if the original isn't even the original anymore? Reese's Puffs isn't the same cereal your kids fell in love with. The store brand might actually be closer to what you remember. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Both versions. Whole wheat, sugar, rice flour, canola oil, cinnamon. Identical first 5 ingredients. Price gap, $1.89. I checked the nutritional panels too. Same calories, same sugar per serving, same fiber. I even poured them side by side. Same size squares, same cinnamon coating, same crunch. There is genuinely nothing separating these two except the box art. Why are people still paying extra for this? Lucky Charms. Now this one I expected to be different because of the marshmallows. Nope. Both have oat flour base. Both list sugar, corn syrup, modified cornstarch for the marshmallows. The shapes are slightly different. The store brand has generic, magical shapes instead of specific charms. That's it. That's what costs you an extra $2. The shape of a marshmallow. And let's be honest, your kids aren't examining the marshmallow shapes. They're shoveling them in as fast as possible and drinking the sugar milk at the bottom. They do not care if it's a horseshoe or a star. Both are easy switches. The marshmallow shape is not worth $2. I promise your kids won't stage a protest. We're halfway through and the name brands are getting crushed. If this is making you rethink your cereal aisle strategy, hit subscribe. I do this with every grocery category: ice cream, frozen meals, snacks. I flip the boxes so you don't have to. Cocoa Puffs. The comments on this one are brutal. People say the recipe changed. The chocolate flavor got weaker. They made it healthier by cutting cocoa and upping the whole grain. Which sounds nice until you realize the whole point of Cocoa Puffs is chocolate. Nobody buys Cocoa Puffs for the fiber. The store brand still tastes like the Cocoa Puffs you grew up with. Same situation as Reese's Puffs. The copy might be better than the original now. Let that sink in. The imitation is now more authentic than the real thing. Cap'n Crunch. Here's an interesting one. Both versions will absolutely destroy the roof of your mouth. That hasn't changed. Ingredients are nearly identical. But the store brand box had half an ounce more cereal for $1.40 less. And honestly, both taste exactly the same. Crunchy, sweet, painful. No difference whatsoever. If anything, the store brand is a slightly deeper yellow color, but close your eyes and you cannot tell them apart. Both switches. Your mouth won't know the difference. Your checking account will. Now this one makes me angry. Frosted Mini Wheats is one of the worst shrinkflation offenders in the cereal aisle. The box has gotten smaller 3 times in the last 5 years. You're paying more for less every single time they resize it. And they do it quietly. No announcement, No label change, just a slightly thinner box on the shelf, and they hope you don't notice. I weighed both. The name brand box size looks the same from the front, but they made it thinner. It's a visual trick. They kept the face of the box identical so you wouldn't notice at a glance. You'd have to look at it from the side to see the difference. The store brand? Same weight it's always been. And here's the ingredient comparison. Whole grain wheat, sugar, both boxes. That's basically it. This is one of the simplest cereals on the shelf, and they're charging you a premium for the Kellogg's logo on a thinner box. 2 ingredients, and they still charge you more for less of it. This is the worst offender on the list. Switch immediately. Okay, I saved this one for last because it's the only one where I found a real difference. Raisin Bran. Both have bran flakes, both have raisins. But the name brand Raisin Bran uses a specific raisin coating, sugar, glycerin, sunflower oil, that keeps the raisins softer. The store brand raisins were noticeably drier. You can feel the difference the second you open the bag. The name brand raisins are plump, almost juicy. The store brand raisins are more like what you get in a trail mix. Now, is that worth an extra $1.78? That's your call. But I want you to make that decision knowing exactly what you're paying for. Not a better cereal, not better nutrition, not better ingredients, softer raisins. That's the entire value proposition. $1.78 for raisin texture. This is the one cereal where the name brand is arguably better. But you decide if softer raisins are worth it to you. So here's the final count. 7 out of 10 cereals had nearly identical ingredients. The store brand won on weight in 3 cases. The name brand actually had more artificial ingredients in 2 cases. And only one cereal, Raisin Bran, had a noticeable quality difference. And even that was just softer raisins. Now here's the number that matters. If your family buys 1 box of cereal a week and you switch to store brand for everything, you save roughly $2 per box. That's $104 a year on cereal alone. $104 because you stopped paying for Tony the Tiger, the Trix Rabbit, and a toucan named Sam. Think about this. That's a streaming subscription. That's a nice dinner out. That's your kids' school supplies for the semester. Gone, every year, for a logo on a box. And cereal is just one aisle. Imagine what you'd save if you did this across your entire grocery list. Multiply that across every category: snacks, frozen food, cleaning products, and we're talking real money. Hundreds of dollars a year going to advertising budgets instead of your family. Here's what I want you to do. Next time you're in the cereal aisle, pick up your usual box. Then pick up the store brand right below it. Flip them both over. Read the first 5 ingredients. If they match, and I'm betting they will, put the expensive one back. Don't just watch this and forget. Take a picture of this video. Bring it to the store. Screenshot the price comparisons. Show it to your partner, your friends, your mom who still buys name brand everything because that's what we've always used. That's exactly how they want you to think. And if you want to see me do this with every product in your kitchen, subscribe. I've already done ice cream. Frozen meals are next. We're going to flip every box, every bag, and every label until the name brands have nowhere to hide. Stop paying for cartoons.